Well, hello everybody. It's Ronnie with Whip and Chain. I work with Maggie and Lauren to bring you fun crochet tutorials. We are slowly wrapping up our month of granny squares for the month of September. And I've been wanting to do this one, and I was on the fence back and forth. It is a granny square, but it's the never-ending granny square. As you can see, this is our center, but once you start following colors, they just continue to go around and around and around. Okay. Now, there's two different endings to this. You can do one ending where you match up the colors, or you can just flat end it and not worry about finishing that last color. It is totally up to you. But this is not a granny square that you can attach to other granny squares, but this will go and go and go, and you can make a beautiful blanket. It's not quite square, but it's hard to tell that it's almost more rectangle. But I love it, and it's a fun project, and this grows so fast, like unbelievably fast. If you're a new crocheter and you're looking to do a project that you can see your results a little faster, this is it. This is the perfect one for you to try. And I'm going to show you how to get started on this. And once you understand how to get started on it, you just keep going and going and going. It's the same thing. You will have to rotate the three colors that you use around so your yarn doesn't get all mixed up, but not hard. So we're going to dive into this, okay? Now, I am going to do it the same way as the colors on there, just to help you out. So for the center, I'm going to start with a magic ring. If you don't want to do a magic ring, or you're not comfortable doing magic rings, you can chain 4 and slip stitch to the first chain, okay? And after you slip stitch to the first chain, then you want to chain 3. If you did a magic ring, just chain 2 more. Okay, let me get this out of the picture for now. Then in the circle, I want you to put in 2 more double crochets. Chain 2. And then put in 3 double crochets. Chain 2, 3 double crochets. These chain 2s are your corners. And one more, chain 2. And then you go in here, you do your 3 double crochets. Now pull tight. Now, chain 2. I'm going to teach you a little secret. Every time you slip stitch into a chain, you're going to get, when you slip stitch into a chain, you get this gap because it's a chain. But for traditional granny squares, you can slip stitch into the first real chain of your double crochet and slip stitch, and nobody will know. And it looks neater. Really nice, huh? Okay, chain 1 and cut your yarn. This is the only time you will be cutting your yarn until you end your project, okay? So now, pick the next color you want to work with. All right. And then don't make a slip knot. Okay, just put your hook in the corner, bring up your yarn, and do your first chain with both strands, and then drop your end. Okay, chain 2 more, and then I want you to put in 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. All right, I want you to chain 1, and you can drop them for now. You can weave them in later. In your corner, I want you to put in 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, chain 2, 3 more double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. So far so good. Chain 1, you're in a corner again, so it's 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets. Okay, your next corner, do the same thing, 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets. And 1 more. So now you come back in here, because you only did half the corner. Did I chain 1? Yes. Put in 3 double crochets, and stop there. Pull a long loop. Okay. All right. Now you bring in your next color. My next color that I did was white. So now, I hope you can understand this the way I'm going to explain it. On general granny crocheting, you have a stitch, a space, a stitch, and a space. Actually, it's a group, a space, group, a space, group, a space. See, even in the corners, it's a group, a space, group. And down here, it's a group, space, group, space, group, space. Okay? That being said, when we start our next color, because it's a space, then it's a group, up here, it has to be a space. So what we're going to do to make that space happen, see where that chain, your chain 3 is? I want you to go right in there. Hook on your next color. Do your first chain with both loops. Then you drop your tail. And then you chain 2 more. 1 and 2. Okay? And then we're going to chain 1. Then we're going to go into our space. And do, I might bring it up here, all my yarn tails. We're going to do our group of 3. 1, 2, and 3. We're going to chain 1, then we're going to do a corner. So a corner is 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets. And now we're going down the runway, do 3 double crochets, right in there, chain 1, corner. This is 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. So you keep going around your granny square until you're not able to do anymore because there's no more stitches for you to do. Three, back to a corner. So each revolution, this granny square, full revolution, can grow up to about 5 inches each revolution. And that is a very fast growing granny square, which is really nice for someone that wants to see results in the beginning. When you first start crocheting, you always want to see results. So runway, it's just 3. Let me see if I can get rid of some of these tails because I can see this is just a sample I'm doing, so I don't have to stress too much. Okay. Now, if you look, I can't continue anymore with my white because my purple has stopped here. Okay, so now it's time for my next color. So now remember I talked to you about a group, space, a group, space, space. So we need a group up here. Okay. So we're going to put right here. 1, drop your tail, 2 more, then put in 2 more double crochets, get rid of that. I have enough yarn going on, I don't need to get confused. So chain 1, and you just do your revolution like normal. The corners will always be 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. So now the only time that you will have to cut and tie is either if you need to change your ball of yarn or if you're ending it. These 3 will stay with you through the whole project. I do recommend that you rotate your yarn balls, or they will, as you do each color, or they will get knotted up, and it's frustrating when they get knotted up. Oh, look what I did. I only did 2 double crochets there. chain 2, three double crochets. So you just keep going until you can't go any further. Chain 1, I'm in a corner, chain 2, chain 1, okay. This is what this should look like for you. Let me rotate my yarn, and in the process I'm dropping it. I don't think I rotated it right. No, I didn't. So that is one of the key things to stay on top of, and I'm bumping you guys, to stay on top of rotating your yarn, okay? So now, we have to get back down to our purple. Dark purple, whatever color you chose to use. So we put that back on the hook. So right here is a group done. So we do need to chain 1. Chain 1. Okay. So you got a gap, space, gap, group, gap. So right in here, you're putting 3 double crochets. 2 and 3. This is the only time you're going to have to do this in this. Okay. So chain 1. Now, see this chain here? This is going to be our corner to get going back around, getting on track. So in this gap, the chain 3, right in the gap, you're going to do 3 double crochets, you're going to chain 2, and then you're going to put in 3 double crochets. And then you're on track with the other 2 colors. So all you have to do now is do your normal granny crocheting. Chain 1. Chain 2, chain 1, See how nice this is? Once you get past the starting point, it's typical granny square rules. This project definitely has a front and a back. Chain 2. So now all you do is you keep crocheting on your colors to where you can't, then you switch again to your next color, and you keep doing that, and it just grows and grows until you want to say you're done. So now you would just go down to your white right here, and look, the gaps, and you just continue your white. Then you do your next color, and then you just keep growing it and growing it and growing it until you want to be done. Okay, like, see the white, I did the same colors. So the white, I just followed out, did my turn, and went around. See? See? So, to end it, all you do is you crochet to your end that you want. You do your normal 3 double crochets. Now, for the first one, the white will go here, here, but there's no space for here. So here you would just put in the corner stitch 1 double crochet. This one will work out. So it'll be 3, 3, 3, and 3. Again, the third color will end like the white, doing 1 double crochet. Now what I did, I don't know if I like it. I have not came to that decision yet, but here's where I ended it. And without, I just did single crochets here. It would have went even with the white, the dark purple, and the light purple. And it's noticeable when it's this small. But when the blanket's huge, not noticeable. Someone would actually you would have to point it out to somebody for them to be able to see it, notice it. So it's totally your decision, but this is how you do the never-ending granny square. Thank you so much for watching our videos. You have no idea how much we appreciate it. Would you mind hitting that like and subscribe button at the bottom, and come find us on Facebook under WIP for Work in Progress and Chain. Thank you again. Happy crocheting, everybody.